Alright, hey guys, this is the Dog, and I am here getting shot by pirates in midair. That's, I guess, kind of impressive on their part, but it's not going to stop me from killing them once I find where they are. You get out from under there. Okay, whatever. Guess I'll just scan more stuff obsessively up here. The amount of Metroid attack repel creatures with missiles set to maximum concussion. Metroids actually do something weird when you hit them with certain attacks where they're like temporarily invincible, so missiles aren't always that effective. Ice containment here. Ice is much better against Metroids, as we've seen in previous games. If you've played any of the 2D games, like in the original game, you can like only kill Metroids by freezing them like the ice beam and then shooting them with missiles. They were ridiculously tough in some of those 2D games. But we'll encounter a lot of them in this game, so they got kind of nerfed. Confidence is high regarding phase-on applications. Know enough to begin combining it with space pirate DNA. We'll see a lot more about this Project Helix later on. Could produce radical new pirate genomes. Benevolent mutation levels are high in current test subjects. Phase-on madness is a concern. Yeah, you saw that from the beginning. But performance in the improvement in the infusion process should reduce or neutralize the odds of mental generation. Okay. If you say so. Now, say you're on. Accents. Hard. Talking. Speaking. Difficult. What the hell is this thing in this tube, anyway? Looks rather grisly. Sort of like that, mutilated parasite queen we saw later on. I don't think it's ever really explained exactly what that is. Hunter Metroid DS? Huh. Shameless plug! Must be. Motion near Hunter Metroid DG appears to trigger psychotic episodes. Personnel are to stay at least 3 meters away from stasis tank. Is that what this is supposed to be? No, I'm sorry, game, that's not a Hunter Metroid. There are Hunter Metroids later in this game. We will see what they are. That is not one of them. That is a whole bunch of mutilated crap. Phase-on strain vertigo is apparently effective. Class 1 energy harvesters. Technobabble. Studies of Metroid biology continue with limited progress. Much more successful using the Metroids for our means rather than trying to reproduce their powers. If they could be adequately tamed, we would have no need of a proper understanding of their metabolism. A small force of disciplined Metroids could wipe out entire armies, and once we find out a way to shield them from cold containment weapons, they will be invincible. Furthermore, if we could harvest the energy they'd consumed, we would have a near-limitless source of power at our disposal. So of course, the space pirates are trying to use these for their own means, even though they don't really understand them, which will probably be their downfall at some point, who knows. Project Titan is suspended indefinitely. Aw, no Robo-Zeus. Come on. Massive casualties. Yeah, sounds really successful. Dissection continues to provide more questions than answers. Yeah, this is kind of another sort of less realistic aspect of this sci-fi game that's never really very well explained. The Metroids apparently just siphon pure life force. They don't drain blood or anything, and yet somehow they die. Somehow, the Metroids kill things, the victim dies. So they use this as an excuse to make them just drain pure energy in-game. East Quarantine Cave. But it doesn't really make sense how it actually works, but, you know. Anyway, here's another Metroid, which I don't think this one is going to break free like the other. We can set it free and kill it. Remains of Experiment 7526. Conversion of Elite Pirate unsuccessful. Wow. You don't say. Those are definitely remains, and it's not a live pirate. Anyway, we can break this guy free and just kill him now if we want to. Okay, I guess missiles do work. Okay, there he goes. I don't know what is with this thing. I don't know what he's doing when he does that weird little electricity, tricky, growy dealy. But he's like invincible during that stage. I have no idea what that's supposed to be. But Missed scan! Okay. Composed of face-on ore appears nearly... that sounds dangerous. So anyway, I guess I was mistaken about that thing earlier made of cordite being the only time where we get to blow up a pillar and get a power-up. So it might be that it's a different power-up, like a missile tank or something in there. That's just an energy tank. But it's an energy tank. I don't know why I'm saying just an energy tank. An energy tank is probably better than a missile expansion. So yeah, we get more energy. I'm actually not going to go through that door yet. Yeah, I know, you're all groaning at my slow progress. And I do apologize for that. I'm not sure what to do about this. But there is something neat we can do in this room that might become more annoying to try and do later on. And there's a phone ringing. I'm not sure who it is, so just give me a second while I answer it. That was a very important message about my credit card account, despite the fact that I don't have a credit card. Stupid junk phone calls. We get so many of them on the landline, I rarely get them on a cell phone. Yet another reason landlines are pretty much obsolete. Anyway. What was I saying? Crap. Groaning about my excessive scans, not sure what to do. Oh yeah, okay. Well, basically, what I just did there was what I was talking about. If you jump up onto that passageway and roll carefully, you can get... Oh. Wow. There are ice beetles. They're the same as other beetles, except a little bit tougher, weak to heat, and only appear in ice areas. So we'll just encounter them in a few rooms in the Phendrana Drifts. They're not important at all. And they still die in one charge shot, so it works. Yeah, we can get that missile expansion there, and later on there's something where that room will actually become very dark, and here we are at the research core. And that actually makes it a lot more annoying to try to get that power up. So I figured I'd go ahead and show it off now, while I was there. I didn't know it was there when I first went through my practice run, and didn't get it until later, and then found it was difficult to get because of how dark the room was. Thermal visor interfaces. Even though I'm being shot at, I'm going to scan things. I'm determined to scan things. Central tank control circuit connection terminated. Anyway, so yeah, there's these three things we have to scan that are going to disable the shields around that object in there, which is our next power-up. And they're each on different floors of this vertically oriented room. So, there's the first one out of the way right there. Also, you may notice, Metroids probably figured, yes, they are going to break out later and attack us, and we're going to have to kill them. That's kind of what happens with Metroids in this game. They break out, we have to kill them. No matter what happens, pretty much. They always break free. Somehow. I guess this glass is just that fragile. Oh, I guess there's nothing to scan on this floor other than the Metroid, which I scanned by accident. So I guess there are 5 floors, not 3? Here's a turret, which we're going to kill, or destroy, or whatever. No, I guess there's 4 floors. For some reason, there happened to be an extra, unimportant floor there. Trying to draw in that energy, even though I'm not sure if I actually needed it at all. Wow. And kind of pathetic sometimes. Hello, Mr. Metroid. Anyway, here's the important thing. Central tank auxiliary circuit connection terminated. That's gonna get rid of that main blue shield there, but exceeding initial expectations. Combat applications are being evaluated by command. Field testing in Phendrana region approved. Use of prototype visors by security personnel. And there's another turret down here, which we're going to blow up because we don't like it. Yeah, there's still these yellow rings going around, which we need to disable to get to that object in there, which, as you might have guessed, is the thermal visor. But we have to deactivate all the things. Deactivate all the things before we can get to it. Vision tests. Main circuit connection terminated. I guess those 3 yellow rings are the main circuit, and the blue is auxiliary. Seems like the blue looked like it should be more effective, but whatever. Here's the thermal visor. It's our first different visor item in this game. I mean, throughout the entire game, we've had the main combat visor, which is the regular vision, and the scan visor to obsessively scan everything. But now we have a way to see with thermal imaging. Basically, cool objects will be blue and dark, and hot objects will appear bright orange. And now, large areas of this research facility are going to become dark, and we're going to use the thermal visor to see around them more easily. And these are shadow pirates, I believe. Yeah, the thermal visor, certain enemies that are difficult to see and maybe impossible to lock onto, such as the shadow pirates with the combat visor, we can now lock onto them using the thermal visor and track them quite easily, which actually makes these shadow pirates less dangerous than the normal pirates. You also might have noticed there's a white door here. We need a laser beam weapon to get it. So there are some areas where the thermal visor is less useful for finding your way around, even if it is kind of dark, because there's not really any warm objects to navigate by. Oh, here's a Metroid breaking free. You have to kill it. But in this area, these platforms are apparently rather warm and glowing while the rest of the walls are cold, so it's easy to navigate around using those. But, anyway, sort of getting out of this room, beginning to run low on time here, kill this Metroid. Ah, he's gonna do that before I can finish him with another missile. Grr. I don't know what he's supposed to be doing when he does that weird thing where he sort of shakes around and there's like electricity and he sort of shrinks and then grows again. I don't know what is with that. Well, anyway, it's just kind of irritating. Anyway. Yeah. Too early. Wasted a missile. Oh well. So, also, you may have noticed this door just became inactive, and we need to hit a power conduit to activate it, which is right here, and we can see power conduits now that we have the thermal visor and shoot them with the wave beam. So anyway, now that we've done that, I'm going to wait until the next episode for us to see what that is. Until next time, remember, when you use the thermal visor, that noise will be burned into your mind for all eternity. I need to work on my evil laugh. See you guys next time.